Now we have exported this solution from one environment, and here I have imported the solution to my another environment. So now whenever we export or import the things from one environment to another environment, we expect that now it start pointing towards the UAT environment or to the production environment. Like take an example, whenever we move the power application or to the power automate flow, we expect when they are in the development environment, they should point towards the development resources. But once they move it to the another environment, or maybe the production environment or the U8 environment, to the test environment, they should start pointing towards the test resources or the production resources. So when we move it to the production environment, this hasn't asked any such type of configuration so far. So now if I just go and see, I have this outlet sync data flow. Now if I just try to check from which resource it is using, so if you just try to go from here, you can't go. This edit button is disabled. So you need to go to the home screen and from the more and data flows. In the data flows, you can get that flow in this list. Let it load. Okay, yeah, here only. You can see this. If you try to go and go to the edit, here is the complete flow. And now you can see, if I just try to click on this, just try to understand this side. This side is still pointing towards my development side. Once my data flow is moved to the production, it should start pointing towards the production side. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to pass the production side at this place. Okay, so how, let me just show you one of my SharePoint. In my SharePoint site only, I have created my sub site which I'm using as a production site. Okay, go to site settings, sub sites, and then timesheet. Now I want my data flow to start fetch data from this list. Okay, what I need to do, I need to pass this one now. Okay, come back and paste it here. Okay, so here you have noticed how we are doing this. We need to make the connection, because once your data flow is moving from the development to the production environment, first thing you need to notice is you need to manually change the resource pointing, the database pointing from where it needs to pull the data. In my case, I have used the SharePoint only, and it is just my SharePoint subsite. But in another example, let's say you have two different SharePoint sites, one for the development, another one for the production. In that case, you need to start updating the values. This type of values for the Power App and for the Power Automate, we can pass directly via environment variables. Okay, but in case of data flows, we can't use the environment variables. Because of that reason, we need to manually change this. Okay, once we change this, the still it is showing some sort of errors. Let me just mm, okay, this one is start pointing my dataverse connection, sign in, the prompt would come and then it needs to authenticate, then connect. So I should see the data. Okay, so it is saying some sort of error is there in the in the table format. Okay, might be my schema is not matched somewhere. Because of that, we are facing this issue. Let me just check to another steps. I have it here. Correct. Yeah, from here I'm just seeing this. The key value is not matching. Okay, so it's all about the schema of my tables, but the reason why I've made this video is whenever you deploy your data flow from one environment to another environment, don't forget to change the pointing towards the development resource to the production resource. Okay, because you can't directly pass the resource URLs in the environment variable, because data flows for now are not accepting the environment variables, or you can't change the values dynamically. You need to edit the data flow. And another thing is the connections. You can't use the connection reference in the data flows. Okay, so please keep in mind while doing the deployment of the data flows. So that's how we can do the deployment and do the proper configurations. So thank you for watching this video, everyone. So have a nice day. Bye bye.